So this used to be the Costco Duracell 1300 Lumen flashlight that you can get for about 15 bucks on sale. The sale may have ended. I've seen them on Amazon and eBay, but I think those are just people who are reselling the ones from Costco. So I'm not going to link to the product, but you can pick it up in store. 15 bucks, you can't really complain. There are a lot of bad reviews, but it reminds me of Louis C.K. I think it was. He had a comedy piece about people who complain about their flights. It's like, it's just amazing that you can fly, and it's amazing that flashlights are actually this good, if you remember the ultra crappy halogen one. So anyway, this is it, torn apart. Didn't try to do it nice and neatly. It's 15 bucks. I didn't really care. I just wanted to see what's inside and see what's good about it, see what's bad. This is the part of the zoom. This is the lens. This just screws off by hand. You just give it a good firm turn and it comes off. This zoom piece stays on, does not come off until you take the LED pill out. And it also has a second part. I'm not sure why they made it two pieces. It was not as easy to get these two pieces apart. You could use one of those belt wrenches. I just used some pliers and grabbed it and turned it because I didn't really care too much. When you get the lens off, you can push this back. You can't take it off. You can push it back, and that exposes the LED. However, as you can see, there are 4 LEDs on this, and I didn't know there were 4 because it has this light refractor on there, and that is for the flood mode. When you zoom out wide angle, those 3 actually turn on, which is kind of neat or bad depending on how you look at it. Just a neat thing that's on there. But as far as flashlight technology goes, I think, why wouldn't you have all of them on at the same time? So what happens here is that when you zoom wide angle, the lens actually pushes this down, completes the circuit, and the 3 turn on. However, remember, you're limited by the amount of current that can come to these LEDs. So if there's only a certain amount and it's not getting to the center LED because it's going the other 3, I'm not sure how much you're really actually increasing the light. So if you were to mod this and you were able to get sufficient current to all 4 during when flood zoom, spot zoom, I think the illumins would be a lot brighter. I think a lot of people complain in the reviews on Amazon that it wasn't quite 1300 lumens, and that might be why. It's got a nice copper backing. However, one of the issues is there's not much contact with the pill, so heat dissipation probably not the best. Also, this is a beveled edge here. Not sure why they did it like that. And so since it's beveled, you are actually getting less contact with the heatsink, and that just doesn't seem like it's a good design. I don't know why they would intentionally do that. They obviously had to intentionally design it like that. They must have had a reason. I can't imagine the reason is we want to make this as crappy as possible, so let's actually take an extra step to ensure that it comes out pretty crappily. Another thing you'll notice is where the center LED is, there is no contact with the pill, and therefore you don't get a good amount of heat dissipation there either, which probably isn't the best design. One thing that I do like is there's a lot of weatherproofing for $15. One O-ring there. There is an O-ring here. There is an O-ring here. There is a gasket that goes, I believe, on the back of the lens. I can't remember, maybe it's over here. I can't remember exactly where it is. I had this plastic piece. I think it might have worked in conjunction with the refractor. Don't really remember. One of the issues I had was getting this pill out nice and neatly. Usually I think you can just grab these 2 holes with something, maybe those snap ring pliers or something. You can just grab it and give it a good twist and it comes out. However, in this model, and I don't know if it's just mine, this little ring was, I believe, around here, around one of these spots, and it was actually jammed into the tube. So you could only see about half of the ring, and the ring was around the pill, you know, down maybe one thread. And so you can kind of see how I had to break the threads off in order to get that out. But since it was jammed, it was lodged in there, you couldn't actually twist the pill. So that made it kind of difficult to get it out, and I definitely poked myself trying to lodge that thing out. So be careful if you're taking that apart and yours is lodged like mine. On the other end, you got another O-ring. This is where the end cap is. And on the end cap, this was another piece that was really difficult to take apart. The way it works is they have this little piece here. And if you look closely, it's got these edges that are made to snap in. So when you want to install them, it's just really easy. You just pop them in there and click, they'll click in. But when you want to take them out, how do you get them out? I tried pulling on those. You can see I kind of broke one of them. Tried to, pop it out. You can't really do that. Really, there's no way to do it that I figured out. It didn't really spend that much time. So if someone has a better solution, feel free to comment, but I didn't really care. What I did was I popped this off, and that revealed this, but this is under a lip over here. That's a little lip over there. This was underneath that, so you can't really take it out without doing something like that to it. So I just broke it and popped it out too. When you pop that out, this switch is actually in there, and so there's not really that much to push against, so you just kind of carefully, not like I did, use this to pop it out. But you can see I knocked a capacitor off over there. There was a capacitor over here that's now gone. So yeah, whatever. This is the switch. It has a AT tiny chip on there that controls the modes, and those are programmable if you care to learn how to do them. So you can get in there and modify that if you like. These look like transistors. This looks a little beefier than some of the other Duracell ones that I've seen. One of the most common complaints is that they don't do current limiting very well, and so when you put rechargeable batteries in there, they end up burning out the LED because the LED gets too much current. I'm not sure if that would be the case with this one as well. This is still a very crappy design as far as current limiting goes, and so you wouldn't get very far pumping a lot of current in this flashlight. So if that's something you want to do, this is definitely a piece that you're going to have to replace or modify. On the back of the pill, you can see that there is, I believe, a 24 ohm resistor and nothing much else. I think in one of the comments on Amazon they were talking about this being the current limiting resistor. I don't think so, because if you look at the trace, it goes between the positive and the negative, and so I think that's there in order for the chip to have current to be able to boot in order to turn on and off the LED. Otherwise, the LED being a diode, I don't think there would be any, the circuit wouldn't be complete. I don't think there would be any current going to the chip for it to wake up in order to switch. And then there's this little jumper here. Not sure what the purpose of that is, but I haven't really looked at the trace, but that might be just to dissipate some heat. So there you have it. Again, for $15, it's really hard to complain, and it boggles my mind how many people want to bash something like this. But it's a little bit flimsy, This is definitely thinner than you would want. Pretty easy to dent, pretty easy to break. But, you know, 15 bucks, what do you expect? Yeah, I think you actually get a little better than I would have expected, because for a household flashlight, this is amazing. If you want a more of a tactical flashlight or high performing flashlight, then you're not going to be satisfied with this.